Though Lady Sylvanas and her Forsaken finally took vengeance upon their hated enemy, the Lich King, their dark crusade in Northrend proved costly. Betrayed by Grand Apothecary Putrus at the Battle of Wrathgate, the Forsaken's devious plague of death was unleashed upon both the Alliance and the Horde to calamitous effect. Unbeknownst to Sylvanas, Putrus and his demonic ally, Veramathras, had taken control of the Undercity. As a result, the Forsaken were wrongly blamed for the traitor's atrocities. Though the Undercity was eventually retaken, Sylvanas and her followers still bear the weight of Putrus' sins. Mistrusted by the other members of the Horde, the Forsaken must now prove their loyalty to the cause and redeem themselves from their supposed treachery. To this end, Sylvanas has bolstered her defenses within the Tirisfal Glades and readied her undead forces for any contingency. As one of the Forsaken, you must use your cunning and viciousness to slay any who would pose a threat to Sylvanas' rule, be they human, undead, or otherwise.
Welcome to the world of Warcraft. So, I've done a little setup beforehand here, and I've added a bunch of different mods to my game, some interface mods. I've got it set up so hopefully it'll look okay at 720p on Facebook Live, which is what you're watching on. Yeah, playing as Wolvie, an undead rogue, and she's actually a remake of a character I had years and years and years and years ago. So the goal of this playthrough, as long as I stick with it, is I want to actually really dig into the story. The WoW had an update recently which changed how you leveled up in its zones, in its different world zones. So now it's a lot easier for you to follow along quest lines and storylines. And so I thought I'd check it out again and come back and follow through on some of my favorite quest lines and stories, and maybe do some that I hadn't done before and didn't finish. And yeah, so here we go. Wolvie, rise, Wolvie. Welcome back to the realm of the living. With the blessing and power of the Dark Lady, I have freed you from death's grip. You are no slave, Wolvie. You are free to follow whatever path you choose from here. If you choose to serve the Dark Lady Sylvanas, I recommend you speak with Undertaker Mordo. You will find him behind me in the graveyard. Report to Undertaker Mordo at the Death Knell Graves in Tirisfal Glades. Yes, Ryan, I'm playing WoW again. Got you to thank for that link in Discord. Though I was thinking of trying it out anyways with the new updates to questing and the quest zones and all that, so.
What is it?
Hello there. You must be Wolvie.
Farewell.
I'm pleased to see that you're up and walking around, Wolvie. You've held up nicely, especially after being dead for so long. Others weren't as lucky. If you wouldn't mind, I need you to fetch my embalming fluid and some twine to stitch up these bodies. You'll find both in the Shadow Grave, the building just behind me. Here, Darnell will join you. He knows the way.
Beware the living. What is it?
What up? Hi, Darnell. Little interface fixing. Try to make that as small as possible. So I didn't get everything set up exactly how I liked it, interface-wise, but I don't think anything's going to really bug me that I'm going to have to do it while at work, or while playing.
Speak quickly.
So hopefully we'll just ignore it for now. Exactly what I needed. You'll be an asset to the Forsaken, Wolfie. You know, word has it that you were quite the rogue in your previous life. Perhaps I should assign you to a more exciting task.
Victory for Sylvanas.
The Valkyr raise hundreds of corpses every day. Agatha raised you just a few moments ago. Not all are as lucky as you, however. Some maintain their free will, but live in constant fear and confusion. They usually run off into the woods, cowering at their own reflections. Others lose their minds completely, shambling about aimlessly. They often turn to violence and must be destroyed. This is your task, Wolfie. Destroy them, our former brothers and sisters, though they might be.
Trust no one. And you are?
It's Caretaker Case. King, peasant, or rogue, I don't care what you were before. I just need somebody with a working tongue. Being raised from the dead is strenuous. Not everyone copes with it as well as you did. In particular, there are 3 newly raised undead who are having trouble coping right now. I want you to find them and talk to them. It might be that they just need someone that they can relate with. You'll find them here in the graveyard.
Watch your back.
Can do, Caretaker Grace. Let's do it. We're gonna do a quick little... Shouldn't have a pet. So, there we go. There we go. Alright, that should do it. That should be all the fiddling for now with the interface. Oh look, there's Valdred Moray. He's one of the people I needed to talk with.
What do you require?
Unfortunately, my mod doesn't do some of these incidental text boxes as the whole story thing, which is unfortunate. What? What's going on? Who are you? What happened to me? Don't you remember? You died. I died? Yes, you're right, I died. It was an orc. He cut off my hands and left me to die. You got hands right there, buddy. Valdred looks down at his hands. These aren't my hands. These aren't my hands. Calm down, Valdred. Undertaker Mordo probably sewed some new ones on for you. Valdred looks back down at his hands. I suppose this is my fate then. Ah. part of an undead army. Somehow I never considered that I might end up fighting for the Forsaken. He looks back up at you. What do I do now? Talk to Undertaker Mordo. He'll tell you what to do. That's all I know.
Trust no one.
I see. Well then, let's get to work, Wolby. The Dark Lady needs us, right? I think I got through up there, guys. Yeah, back in the day, I used to play WoW. Get released in what? The fall of 2000 and I can't say 2001, 2006. Lucas would know if he's still in the chat. It's been a long, long time. Back then, when I first started out playing as a Horde character, never played WoW before. All the classes that you can pick are divided into two different factions, the Alliance and the Horde. And I played the Horde because they had undead guys and minotaurs and trolls and orcs, and they were awesome. And the Alliance side had humans and dwarfs and gnomes and lame purple elves. And they were dumb. And then my friends were playing too, and they all played on the Alliance side. So I ended up playing for many years on the Alliance. But I always had some Horde characters here and there. And one of my favorites is one called Wolvie, who I played as a rogue. And
I am Forsaken.
yeah, I got her up to, I think, 50, 60 range. And every once in a while when I'd come back to play WoW for expansions, I'd tinker around with her again, but I'd mostly play my Alliance characters, my main Wolven, who's another rogue. And so I thought, coming back to this, trying it out again, I've got nobody to play with, so I'm just gonna go back to my first true love, my Horde playthrough. And it's a lot of quests that I didn't get to interact with, or I haven't interacted with as much on the story basis, especially later game. So it'll be interesting if I stick with it to see what those are going to turn out to be. Get away from me, you abomination! I'm not an abomination, I'm simply undead. I just want to speak with you. The undead are a taint upon Azeroth. Every one of you creatures deserves to be destroyed. Lillian, do you realize that you're undead yourself?
Victory for Sylvanas.
No, you're lying. My father will protect me. Oh, and there's Marshal Redpath.
I am Forsaken. What is it?
Stand back, monster. You want to fight? Because I'll fight you. I'll fight any one of you creatures. Do you hear me? I'm not here to fight. I've only been asked to speak with you. Oh, really? Fine. I don't want to join you and your Forsaken. Maybe I'll start my own Forsaken. Maybe I'll invent Forsaken with elbows. Which is funny, because we don't have elbows. Sure. You go do whatever you like, buddy. Who are you calling a monster? You're the monster. I'm just a man who died. That's very true.
Hello.
You've done well, rogue. As you can see, not all of us have resigned to our fates. I'm glad to see that you're at least willing to work. Beldred will be a valuable asset to the Forsaken. As for the other two, there's not much we can do. We cannot force them to join us.
Beware.
Sting. Darnell tells me that the two of you have already met. That's good, because I'm sending you both into Death Knell. Your work is done here. Speak with Death Guard Sultane in Death Knell to the north. He will tell you more of what you must know.
Victory for Sylvanas.
I'm going to hand over my quest here to Undertaker.
I'm listening.
Not even the power of the Valkyr was enough to save these creatures. They were doomed from the beginning. I have obtained some equipment for you, Wolvie. It's not much, but it will help.
Watch your back.
I got myself a jaunty little cloak. Character sheet shows me all my stats, which they've severely compressed from when I played in vanilla, even a couple expansions ago. I do not want to be a flip keeper. No title. They really squashed the stats, which was really nice. They needed to get the numbers down. So this is Death Knell. There's Death Guard Sultane. Thanks,
I am
Darnell.
forsaken. This had better be good.
Those Valkyr have been really busy resurrecting you newbies lately. I've already seen a couple dozen new bodies run down that hill since this morning. You, however, are the most promising rogue I've seen today. Thanks.
Beware.
Shipping in dead bodies from Silverpine, Hillsbrad. Hell, anywhere we can get them from. We can't, however, afford to ignore the bodies which are sitting right on our front doorstep. The last vestiges of the Scarlet Crusade roam here in Tirisfal Glades. While we've managed to push them from Death Knell, several of their bodies litter the buildings to the north and the east. Go find them, and bring that Darnell fellow with you. He looks strong enough to carry a few corpses. Oh, I can do all that just so I can get a different colored cape.
Farewell.
Seems like a waste of a cape. Oh, Shadow Priest Sarvis.
What now?
If you're going to be an asset to the Forsaken, you need to learn how to fight. And there's no better target than the Scourge minions that continue to pester us. I don't know why I'm doing a voice for this guy. He's got no jaw. He's doing it all with hand signals. The wretched ghouls and rattle-caged skeletons that roam the north and to the east are former troopers of the fallen Scourge. They should prove to be an even match for a fledgling rogue like you. Do not tarry. When you are done, speak to me again.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Alright, let's do this. Let's get moving, Wolvie. Sultane said that he'd find some corpses here. I think I see some corpses up ahead. Let's go, Wolvie. You do the search and find, I'll do the lifting. Okay, lift that one. 2 more to kill. Bring out your dad.
What now?
Great work, Wolsey. I knew you weren't useless. Here, take one of these.
Watch your back.
It's a nice looking cape anyways.
This had better be good.
You're growing in strength, Wolsey. I've seen your type before. You will be moving out of Deathnell and on to greater things before long. Just make sure you don't lose sight of where you started. You have much to accomplish, rogue.
Our time will come.
So just hit level 3 and I got a new ability. Why don't you go speak with my novice, Elrith? She serves me and will have some tasks to which you can apply your new abilities.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
But first, let's put on my new chess piece. Looking fancy.
And you are.
May the Dark Lady watch over you, Wolvie.
Do not seek death.
Earlier on, I saw a young Forsaken woman running towards the old inn. She was screaming for her life, pleading to be taken back home. Not all of us are as resolute as others, Wolvie. Even so, we must accept our fate as undead if we are to rise up against those that would put us down. Take my hand mirror and show it to the young woman. She needs to see what she really is, and join us in our cause. Besides, we can use all the bodies that we can get.
Goodbye.
Alright, so I got a new ability, it's called Eviscerate. So, for those that haven't played WoW before, rogues have a mechanic where they build up combo points. Sinister Strike, my main attack, gives me 1 combo point, and I can get 5 of them right here. To use my abilities, it takes energy, and the energy slowly regains itself over time. Once I have combo points built up, I can use an ability called a finisher, or a finishing move. Eviscerate's a finishing move, and it does more damage depending on how many combo points you have. So 1 point, it does 9 damage. At 5 points, it does 45 damage. The energy cost is the same regardless of how many combo points you have. So I get a better damage per energy spent. There's a more efficient ratio there if I wait until I have the maximum amount of combo points to use it. My Sinister Strike takes 40 energy and it does 19 damage. Eviscerate takes 35 energy and at 2 points does 18 damage. So at 2 points, it's probably, well, it's definitely got an energy to damage ratio greater than that of Sinister Strike. So as long as I use it at 2 points and above, I'm not losing out on energy, right? Most of the enemies I'm going to be facing right now are going to be pretty low level and low in health. So I don't know how often I'm going to get up to 5 points, but we'll just keep it in mind and see where it takes us in regards to how often we're going to get that abyss off. Oh, Lillian, just look at yourself.
Listening.
Get away from me, you monster! Don't look at me, I'm hideous. You're not hideous, Lillian. You're one of us. One of us. Here, look in this mirror. See for yourself.
Remember, patience, discipline.
You don't understand. I can't be undead. Not me. Not now. She just can't hack it.
Hello?
You say she ran away? What a shame. Very well. As long as she's maintained her free will, there's still hope.
Embrace the shadow.
I can keep you busy here in town all week, but you seem to be more the fighting type. Elris looks you over and nods. Yes, you'll do just fine. I'd like you to go talk to Executor Aaron. Follow the path north out of Death now. You'll find him not far past the barricades.
Trust no one.
I can do that. This is one of my favorite zones in all of WoW. Not Death Knell here, but this area, Tearsfall Glades. There's a really cool area. The Undercity was super neat. It had some really great storylines. And not many people were there because the undead were fairly unpopular.
What would you ask,
choices.
Undead?
What do we have here? A new rogue ready for battle, eh?
Beware the living.
First of all, look at your armor. You're a mass rogue. If you'd like to stay in one piece, and I've no doubt you do, perhaps I can help. If you can gather some paws and wings from the wolves and bats nearby, maybe I'll find some armor for you. You'll find the creatures to the north and to the west of here.
Trust
All right.
no one.
Kill some wolves. Try out our new ability. So yeah. Using Eviscerate now would be a bit of a waste. And the way that rogues used to work would have been a terrible waste because you used to lose your combo points. They used to only be on one person, and if you went to another target, you wouldn't have them anymore. But they changed that. They decided finally that that's a bad idea. And now, you can bring them over to other characters. They just slowly decay over time. So that means now I can start off as Dustbat with that sweet Eviscerate. And I kind of miss the animation, so I'm going to do it again as the next guy. Find this Dustbat here. Hit a Sinister Strike. One more. And a big front flip. Eviscerate. White notice thing and my auto attack damage. If I don't press any buttons, my character just attacks. The big yellow is my ability damage. eventually, when I get a crit, those will be even bigger and more prominent. Because everybody likes to see the crits.
Speak quickly.
Crit is a critical attack. It's when you hit somebody and you have a chance of doing extra damage, which is a critical attack. Do try your best to keep yourself unharmed until I get you some armor. Thank you, Wolfie. This armor should help you out. Hopefully it should do you more good than the last one to wear it.
Our time will come.
One of our greatest struggles is obtaining the natural resources we need to survive. Gold was scarce in Lordaeron, even in the height of the Alliance's power so many years ago. There's a gold mine to the west, but it's been overrun with spiders. We need gold from the mine, but we can't very well get it while the spiders are crawling around in there. I've not much manpower to commit to the task, so we'll just have to do it little by little. Get up there and see what you can do for us, Wolfie.
Remember, patience, discipline.
We got a nice little belt. Not only do we have to kill regular nightweb spiders, we have to kill young nightweb spiders. There, I've been poisoned. At level 4. Health went up, our damage went up. For the Horde. There, that was a big crit. That 104 there that popped up. Double damage. So this rate does about 55 damage. Give or take. So crit hit for double that. Yeah, they made some new changes to the way the level zones work now, Deb. Where it's now like this area is from level 1 to 20. Did you play Guild Wars with me and Lindsay at all? Anyways, it kind of works like that now. Now all the enemies scale. So I could be level 1 in here, and the enemies would be an appropriate challenge for me at level 1. I can stay in here until I'm level 20, and all of the enemies will still will scale up with me, staying at an appropriate challenge. And a bunch of the zones are like that now. Like this one's Western Plaguelands is 35 to 60. So if I never wanted to leave Western Plaguelands, go in there at level 35 and stay there until 60. It's really cool because before, people were really out-leveling zones. Like you could out-level Wetlands 2 levels, or 32 quest lines, and you'd be done. Even though there was still 5 or 6 more quests or quest lines to go to finish up the story of that zone, you'd be totally out of the range of the level. So they decided to do this level scaling so you can stick in zones you like, finish up storylines, and do that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd check it out, which is pretty neat. You know, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm level 4 so far, but we're just starting. We're just starting, and looking forward to seeing how it actually works. There, boom. Big 108 crit. Exactly, it gets so annoying sticking around in zones when quests would be greener. There's a bunch of spots where it would go gray on me, but I'd stick around just because I wanted to finish the storyline. Another neat thing is that now Outland is a level 60 to 80 zone, but so is Northrend. So you can completely skip Outland, which is awesome because the questing there is so painfully dull and slow. So you just skip it out and out now. As for leveling quick now, from what I've read on this new update, now with the level scaling, you actually level a bit slower. It's made the game more challenging as you level up, even if you're stacked with heirloom gear. It's more challenging, you level up slower, which is, you know, it's actually probably a good thing, because before it took, you know, it was pretty easy to just jam through stuff so fast. And, you know, like, if you want to do that, just level boost yourself, right? Like, I want to try and stick around and do the stories and see what they've changed here and there.
What now?
Yeah, so I'm checking it out. Well, it's a start. It'll take a few weeks or months to fully clean out the infestation. After that, we'll have to get down there with some torches to burn away the webbing. You've done your duty well, Wolvie. Yeah, and if you noticed, I've also got a Guild Wars 2 add-on, which basically changes the WoW interface into Guild Wars 2's interface, which I like a lot. It's pretty nice, and after finding it, I couldn't go back to playing WoW with its regular interface.
Embrace the shadow.
While you were inside that cave, your big friend Darnell came by with some alarming news. Since the Valkyr arrived, we've seen more and more undead that choose not to join our forces under the banner of the Dark Lady. They've been gathering at a small camp here in the valley, and now they've organized forces. They plan to attack Deathnell Rogue. Darnell is just down the road to the east. Be careful, Wolvie. While those undead aren't completely brainless, they're still not quite right in the head.
Beware the living.
Alright, let's go bust some undead head. Yeah, like, this is the character window and everything, and it's the person that's made this this mod has done a great job of really capturing that Guild Wars 2 style. Like, you can even do the whole player invite here on the sidebar, which is pretty cool. They did the inventories all kind of the same way. Fortunately, though, it seems like it's a bit bugged with the new version of WoW, and I can't change that, but Psst, Darnell.
Speak quickly.
Wolvie, you made it. tents up there. That's where we're headed. The battle has probably already started. Oh, I gotta choose a reward. I want a dagger.
Farewell.
While you were taking care of matters for Executor Aaron, I went off on an assignment of my own. Shadow Priest Sarvis asked me to peek in on the Rotbrain camp. There's a reason why they're called Rotbrains. Their leader goes by the name of Marshal Redpath. Not Marshal Redpath. He started his own Forsaken with elbows. And he's an absolute beast. Look, Wolvie, the attack is starting. You're better in combat than I am. Get in there and help out. When you're done, meet up with Shadow Priest Sarvis in the chapel. Good luck, Wolvie.
Beware. Our enemy is abound.
Thanks, Darnell. Let's do this. I feel like I'm going into a trap. Hey Arnold, how's it going? They've got mages. WoW symptom. My old rogue, I'm trying to press the 2 button to kick and interrupt their spell cast. I'm doing good, Arnold. Doing good. Try this WoW again. Wearing a toque indoors can't be bad. I'll kill you. Yeah, I don't ever remember losing health questing here before. Past. So this is definitely where are you, Redpath? There you are. I see you. Coming for you, Redpath. I'm a monster! Don't look at me! Still got elbows. Yeah, I do need an interrupt. Or not stand next to him and he's spinning. Finish him with the front flip. When do I get kick? Level 18. Oh, that's gonna be painful. So I've got a lot of transmog gear. I do have heirlooms, but I'm gonna stay away from them for now. I was looking at mounts. See which ones I can use right now. Just the chauffeured mechanologue. I don't want to use that, so we'll wait.
Hello.
Being born again under the power of a Valkyr is a strenuous process. Many don't survive the shock, turning into zombies or ghouls. Others retain just enough humanity to seem normal on the outside. but they're sick inside. We should have slain those rot brains the day they were raised. As for you, you're a strong rogue, Wolvie. I knew you'd do well. You'll be headed out of Deathnell soon.
Remember, patience.
Look who's here. Hi, Wolvie. What do you think about my new gear? Oh man, they're making me into a Death Guard. Can you believe it?
This had better be good.
I'll probably be staying here at Deathnell. If things work out though, who knows? Maybe I'll get to meet the Dark Leader herself. How about you?
Wicked.
I've heard that Sarvis is going to give you a big assignment, eh? Well, I won't hold you up. It's been a pleasure, Wolvie. I hope our paths cross again soon. Bye, Darnell.
Speak quickly.
Cyrus produces a piece of paper from within his robes. Hey, Ken? These will need to be taken to my field agent, Death Guard Simmer. This information contains the whereabouts of the last few holdouts from the Scarlet Crusade. We will destroy these Crusaders once and for all. And I have a feeling you'll be instrumental in that effort, Wolvie. Take the road north, out of Deathnell. Soon after entering Tirisful proper, you'll see a large manse. Simmers inside.
Beware the living.
Evening yourself, partner. There's a mailbox back there. That mailbox right there. I can get my loots from Wolvie's mom. Disperse information as you deem necessary. Tirisfal Regional Command, Captain Malrach, Captain Vachon, Captain Perrin. Directives by the order of the High Lord. Captain Perrin, further fortify your position at the Southwest Tower, as designated. Additional supplies will be dispatched at a later date. In the meantime, material should be obtainable from the surrounding farms. Also, further reconnaissance and information should be gathered about the organization of the Undead in Brill. Captain Vachon, there appears to be increased movement by the Undead near the northern tower. This insurgence must be quickly and decisively dealt with. Captain Malrach, there are concerns about the level of organization of the Undead near the borders of the Plague Lands. A fresh group of men will be dispatched to your position in the coming weeks. Glory under the light. I am using a Guild Wars 2 user interface. I believe it's called GTUI. Or GW2 UI. In fact, I can look it up for you right now. GW2 UI. Yeah, that's pretty much a reproduction of the Guild Wars 2 interface. So we got cool character sheet, got bags, mini-map, action bars, a whole 9 yards. So quest tracker. It's the only way to play. Only way to play. Oh no, decrepit Darkhound crosses our paths. Ooh. Look at that, we're in Tirisful proper now. Agamon Mills to our left. Brill in the Undercity to the east. Deathnell back to the south, the way we came. Ah, Franklin Brinkelstein.
Speak quickly.
Yeah, some stuff I wouldn't mind trading. Thank you. I don't think I got any of that stuff. But Teresa Sallow, profession trainer.
What is it?
Now, this is the interesting thing. With the new leveling system and how it's tougher, it might be advantageous to actually get a production profession. Because I don't plan on feeding this character with any of my other ones, because I don't play any of my other ones. So taking, like, say, alchemy, so that I could have potions on hand, isn't the worst idea.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
I'm definitely taking herbalism.
Embrace the shadow.
Herbalism is a good way of getting money, though, by just selling the materials straight up. What do you think, Ken? Should I just do, like, herbalism and skinning? Or kind of feeling alchemy? But rogues do get stealth and are able to pickpocket, and they can pickpocket potions. So I'll probably be pretty decently stocked up with that stuff. Conundrum. You know what? I don't want to do two different gathering things.
What do you require?
Care that much. So we'll try it. If it turns out to be pointless, then I'll just abandon it and take mining or something.
Trust no one.
Do I now have two professions to actually
I'm
train
listening.
me? Am I not level 5 yet? I'm not level 5. I will have
Dark
to come
Lady,
back
watch over
shortly
you.
to learn that. Alright, Death Guard Similar. Here is the letter about
I
the Scarlet
am
Crusade.
forsaken.
Crafting isn't what it used to be. That's actually good, because I was never into crafting. Yes, what do you want? Yes, this is very good. You've done well in obtaining this information, Wolvie. Names of the Scarlet Crusade officers in the Tearsfall Glades? Imagine the blow we could deal to the morale of those bloody zealots if we were to kill their leaders in one swift strike. I will pass this information forward.
Watch your
Level 5. It's good to be alive.
I haven't got all
At
day.
level 5.
Goodbye.
I learned stuff. Let's check it out. Minor healing potion, of course. Elixir of lion strength. Minor defense. You know what? I'm pretty happy with this pick right now. I think it's gonna work out well. Let's
That
pick
better
up
be
some
good.
crystal balls. Just so I don't have to worry about it.
Victory for Sylvanas. What would you
to
ask
Death Guard
Undead?
Simmer again.
What is it?
Humans are notoriously fickle creatures. There's also going to be... missed this earlier, Gord. The UI is GW2 space UI. Guild Wars 2 UI. Though it's just called GW2 UI. That would be a good idea, Ken, to incorporate the old nats with the new ones. I'm sorry, I was going to say, I glanced over here to say that voices are not going to be consistent. I don't have the memory to remember which bad voice I was doing for each of these characters, so I'm just going to ballpark it. Yeah, I love this interface. The Guild Wars interface is so good, and I was so happy when I found it. I tried to recreate it using just a hodgepodge mix and match of other add-ons and custom graphics, and then I found somebody that had put together their own Guild Wars 2 UI, and like, it's just so good. The farmers to the west are no exception. Sure, they may be plowing their fields peacefully now, but tomorrow they may be raising their sights against us. The alliance looms close by in Gilneas, and the power of Stormwind looms to the south. Any of these could recruit these tillers and use them as a wedge against us. I want them dead. See to it that it's done.
Our time will come.
It's hardcore. And it's incorporated a lot of really smart things into it, like a compass up here. So if I really wanted, I could probably get rid of the mini-map too, which is pretty cool. You know, it's got the full bag skin, it's got a full character interface skin, you know, which I think it works way better than the default. Like, it just looks good. Alright, let's talk to Apothecary Johan here.
I am forsaken.
What do we have here? What have we here? You look like a fledgling rogue. If you hope to prove yourself to the Dark Lady, you need to learn the ways of the Forsaken. To the west, you'll find a farm. Humans infest the land like mold on a rotting corpse. And worse yet, the Scarlet Crusade patrols nearby from their tower. Teach those scum a lesson, and steal 10 of their precious pumpkins. That's not much of a lesson. Like, thought we were gonna, like, kill some people, poison some people, we're just gonna make some pies? Once you have 10, bring them back to me.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
Got another quest here somewhere, possibly upstairs. And here we go. It's Cedric Halston.
What is it?
It's a very nice hat.
And you are...
You work hard your whole life, and what do you get? Killed by a plague. And then you work even harder in Undead, and what do you get? Money. Yes, and a small estate with a few pesky hangers-on. But happiness? Not so much. I'm lonely in my old age, Wolvie. So lonely. I need a companion. It's at this point that I pull out my knives. Thanks, Ken. Have a good night. Use this leash on one of the murlocs at the Whispering Shore to the northwest. You'll have to weaken it first before it can be leashed. Then bring it back to me, and I'm gonna make it my wife.
Farewell.
Wow, that's... Alright. So, here we've got apothecary stuff. So I'm gonna completely forget what I'm supposed to be doing here to go pick some plants. Boom, silver leaf. Boom, peace bloom. Step dark. Back. Ooh, that's a unique cursed dark hound. Alright, well, we gotta do it. This guy's bigger than a horse. He's huge. This is the Clifford of Death Heads. Holy crap. A lot of experience. Look, there's Gordo. Gord's not watching at the moment, but I found Gordo. Let's see. Make some healing potions, but I want to make some strength elixirs. Get my damage up. I believe you can have one. Yeah, that's a guardian elixir. That's a battle elixir, so I can have one of each, which is pretty cool. Down the pumpkins. Oh, I also have to kill the farmers. That's good. It's a pretty lame. Why won't you leave us alone? You're seriously trying to start a farm near the capital of the Undead. Which is not a... It's a bad thing. I think I might actually oh, wow. Yeah, we're going to make a couple of these. Couple straight up health potions. Definitely made it a bit harder. But I found your pumpkins. we go. We've killed enough farmers. We've killed enough pumpkins, and man, it's a lot of farmers for the amount of pumpkins they're growing. Though I guess they're pretty big pumpkins, so. Scarlet Crusade. Zealots. There's the earth root I needed. Let's make 2 of these. And 2 of these. Oh, I can only make 1 of those. It takes 2 silver. No, just took 1. Oh no, it did take 2. Darn. Right in there, I've got my strength and defense up for an hour. There's one. So I got Murloc, and then let's go say hi to Mod. Level up. I see what's going on here. I've been getting pouches as my yeah, it is a little bit messed up. Sorting them out top to bottom instead of I wonder where I can fix that. This way. This has been fun. It's interesting to have WoW be a challenge again. Reminds me of Vanilla WoW quite a bit. Speaking of Vanilla WoW, I wonder how far along Blizzard is in getting that all put back together. I wonder how far they're going to take it. As much as I like the idea of Vanilla WoW, there's some modern conveniences that I just don't know I could do without.
What now?
You've the makings of a mighty rogue, Undead. I heard the cries of those humans from all the way over here. Perhaps soon we'll be rid of this human blight. That is the one.
Embrace the shadow.
The one problem with this mod is that you can't really preview items, what they look like, without closing out of their discussion part here. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but not the biggest work. We need someone with initiative like yourself to drive the Scarlet Crusade to the grave. Prove to me you're capable of serving the Dark Lady by traveling west to the tower past the Sullivan farmstead and slaying 10 warriors of the Scarlet Crusade.
Trust no one.
Alright.
I'm listening.
Were you able to gather tent and pumpkins yet, Wolvie? Well, you have performed your bidding well, young rogue. You are proving yourself to be quite an asset to the Dark Lady's army.
Remember,
These pumpkins have a purpose, rogue. They'll be the delivery mechanism for my latest batch of plague, which should be a particularly painful and virulent concoction. However, the plague requires a few rare ingredients. We'll need marrow petals, which grow at the bottom of Stillwater Pond, just to the east of here. We'll also need Zavrin's thorn, which grows on rocky cliffs to the northwest. Finally, we need some briny sea cucumbers, found in the surf of the Whispering Shore. I'll get a pumpkin bag.
goodbye.
Alright. Cedric, I've got a surprise for you.
Speak quickly.
Look at him! Isn't he the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Thank you, Wolven. Wolvie. I feel more energetic already.
Beware the living.
Oh, his name is Sparky. Oh. And with that, I think I'll actually call it a night. We're level 6. We've started striking a blow against those dumb farmers and the Scarlet Crusade. And when we pick this up again, if I pick it up again, because, you know, with me, it's always, there's a chance that I'll just move on to something else. But when we pick this up again, we will finish wiping out the Scarlet Crusade in Tirisfal Glades. We'll make our ways over to Brill, and we may even go and visit the Undercity, which is a really cool city. It's my favorite city in the entire game. And even after some of the changes the other cities got, the Undercity is still top dog for me. We're gonna turn off our pet battles. There we go. And that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, folks. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but when we next pick this up.
What is
So
it?
I'm gonna leave you with the
I am
sounds
forsaken.
and music of the World of Warcraft. Thanks for joining us, thanks for watching, and good night.